Hello and welcome to Netbox Automation Tutorials. In this video, we will see the details about Netbox REST API. REST API is a client-server communication protocol. It enables automation tools, scripts, and external systems to interact programmatically with the server. In our case, it is going to be Netbox server, and client is going to be our Python script, Ansible playbook, or Postman application. And Netbox's REST API endpoint is netbox IP address :port number /API. And this endpoint provides structured access to REST API powered by Django REST framework. And this is having advanced filtering capabilities. We will see all those. Before that, I'll go to Netbox. And in the bottom, we will click on REST API. And this is the root of Netbox's REST API. And this API endpoints are arranged by app and model name. We can see multiple apps here. These are Django applications. I will go to DCIM and sites. Here we should be able to see the actual API response for the sites. And here we should be able to see the URL as well. Now we will go to the documentation of Netbox REST API. REST stands for Representational State Transfer. It is a particular type of API which employs HTTP request and JSON. And we can use this for create, retrieve, update, and delete operations. We will see all these options later in detail. And we will see even how to access the Swagger UI of Netbox. And this is very important. The Netbox API URL structure is divided at the root level by applications. We can see circuits, DCIM, extra, IPAM, plugins, tenancy. All these are applications, and within each application, we have separate path for each model. Here we can see one example. Circuits is an application. Under that, we will be able to see the circuit providers and the actual circuits. Similar way, DCIM is an application. Under that, we should be able to see sites, racks, devices, and other objects. And this full hierarchy of available endpoints can be viewed by navigating to the API route in a web browser. Let us go to the API endpoint. Now here we can even apply different types of filters. For example, if you want to filter with ID, here I'll give a question mark. ID equal to 22, enter. And now this will be filtering the particular site which is having ID 22. You can see the site name, its slug and other details. It is in Berlin city. If you want to see the filtering options, let me go to the filtering documentation. Here we can see multiple examples. If you give n, it will be not equal to, LT means less than, GT means greater than. Here what we'll do, we will try to give a filter which says filter the devices which are having IDs above 10. So I'm giving greater than 10. Underscore underscore GT equal to 10. Enter. Now if you notice here, this will be giving only the devices which are having IDs above 10, and we can verify some of the IDs. It is 15, then 14, 13, then 16. Everything will be greater than 10. Now if you want to see less than 10, we can give LT equal to, okay, now this is giving all the IDs which are less than 10. This is a small example of how to apply this filter. Now if you want to filter with the site name. After question mark, I'll give name equal to au hyphen mel hyphen bo1. This is Australia, Melbourne, branch office 1. Enter. I need to give equal to here. Press enter. Now this is giving the output of the specific site with this name. You can see the complete details here. Now we will see another filter. For the string fields, we have all these options. Now we will see how to do contains. I'll go here. I'll give name underscore underscore IC equal to AU hyphen. This means any sites which are having these letters contains these letters AU hyphen. Before that, we will do a filter here. AU hyphen, enter. So we have 3 sites here. Let us run it here. Now if you notice here, we have count 3 in the output. ID is 15, then 14, 13. All these 3 sites, it is coming here. You can explore all these filtering options. So Netbox REST API supports advanced filtering directly via URL parameters. This allows retrieving only required data instead of full dataset. We have seen that here. It is very helpful when you're dealing with large datasets. You can just filter it and get only the required data. Next is Swagger UI. Netbox provides interactive API documentation using Swagger UI. This will help you to explore API endpoints and test API requests. I'll go to Netbox and we can click on REST API documentation. This will be opening the Swagger UI and you can see the URL here, API slash schema slash swagger hyphen UI. Now we will search for sites. Here we have get, post, put and patch for sites. Even we have delete for deleting the sites. We will see all these later. Now I will show you how to get and post the details using Swagger. Here I'll expand get. I'll click on try it out. I'll go to the bottom of it and if I click on execute, you can see here I'm getting the response. This will be same as our previous REST API endpoint response. You can apply all the filters here as well. If you want to explore the filtering options, you can see all these filtering here. This is very helpful when you want to explore the API options. Okay, now we will see a post request. Minimize the get. I will expand post request. And we can see the example value here. We need to give name, slug, status, all these we can see. And if we click on schema, we can see the complete schema of this API. Here, name and slug is mandatory. You can see these are going to be string. Okay, let us create a sample data here. So here, name and slug is mandatory. So what I'll do, I'll delete all the other details. I'll click on try it out. Remove all the other values. Here I'll give test hyphen site. Slug also I'll give test hyphen site, and we can remove this comma. I'll execute it. Okay, we can see the response. ID is 31 and name and slug we can see. Status by default it is keeping as activate. Let me go to Netbox. I'll search for test and ID we can see here 31. Now I will delete the site. And these are some of the REST API operations. Post we use for creating the objects. When we are doing the post, all mandatory fields we need to include, and put will be doing a full update of the object. At that time also you need to give all the mandatory fields, and this will be completely replacing the object. And patch will be doing the partial update of the object. When we are doing patch, only the fields being changed needs to be provided. In the upcoming videos, we will see all these options in detail. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.